Steve Gacka.
Thanks.
Great, thanks. And to answer the question, I'm 19. Anyway, so I'm Steve Gacka, co-founder of Rewardster. We're actually based in Columbus. We're part of the 10 Accelerator program. So we've identified two pretty big problems with the way that consumers and merchants interact with each other. Consumers want to save money, but it's typically a big hassle. You've got to print something out, you've got to clip coupons, scour for a discount code, or manage a wallet full of rewards cards. We think there's an easier way for the consumer to pursue savings. On the flip side, merchants want a better way to find and retain their ideal customers. Because right now, you look at traditional marketing, it's focused on broadcasting. And then you look at some new trends like daily deal sites with very, very minimal targeting. But businesses want more targeting, not less. So we think there's a pretty good solution we've come up with, and it revolves entirely around your credit card. At a macro level, Rewardster is all about finding the deals you want from your favorite merchants automatically on any debit or credit card. Let's see how it works for the consumer. So we've established that consumers want an easy way to save. So they register their credit cards securely with Rewardster. We then build a profile in the background combining any social data we can find on the web about them, plus their transaction data. It tells us exactly where they've shopped in the past. The consumer then receives very relevant offers based on where they've shopped in the past. So if you're a very loyal customer at one business, you may get deals from competitors. On the merchant side, it's very simple to come to Rewardster, create a campaign. Campaigns can be focused on customer acquisition, so a very deep discount for your first visit, or it can be more of a loyalty program built into the credit card. So every time you come into that merchant, you get points or rewards or cash back. The consumer then activates the deal after receiving it by simply clicking a link in an email on our website or tapping a button on our phone app. The consumer then can really simply redeem the deal by simply swiping their credit card. There's nothing to integrate at the point of sale. It works seamlessly with the existing systems. We then invoice the merchant for the amount that we rebated, plus our fees to process everything. We can deliver extremely rich reporting to all of the merchants, including how it impacted sales and loyalty within their store and across the entire competitive landscape. We see that as one of our biggest advantages to our competitors. And ultimately, this leads to increased sales because the merchant never wastes a dollar unless someone actually comes in and has spent money in the store. So a lot of people wonder, how are we going to get all this information? And it's a really difficult process. There's a few companies out there that you can license their technology and integrate it with yours, but the problem is they offer very limited support, they typically work with banks, and they don't like startups, flat out. They just don't. So we've decided to build out our own proprietary data aggregators, which is a huge competitive advantage compared to similar players in the space. So the way it works is that users grant us permission to log in securely to their online bank accounts and then download a transaction history. It's very similar to mint.com. So when you register your credit card, you just simply type in your username and password, and nightly we'll update your transaction histories. And I'm happy to say that we're implementing some of the toughest security measures available, including the same encryption and SSL as your bank. Our data center is protected by armed guards. Our servers are sitting next to servers owned by the CIA and military. On top of that, your personal data is never shared or exposed to the merchant. We only provide anonymous aggregate reporting to the merchant. And right now we've got some working prototypes of our aggregators. They work with Chase, Bank of America, and Citi. That gives us support for 300 million credit cards, plus all the debit cards that they've issued. We're going to launch by the end of the year with probably about 20 to 30 financial institutions, the biggest ones that issue credit cards. We're making some headway with merchants, starting some discussions with Victoria's Secret, Saks Fifth Avenue, Cheesecake Factory, and P.F. Chang's. That's our main goal right now in this cycle, is just getting some merchant connections. Next step, just get a, am I out of time yet? You good? Okay. Get something out in the public. Been working on this for a few months, so I'll talk about that in a moment. And then, like I said, just getting connections with merchants. So right now we're just going to focus on finding the deals you want with our MVP. By doing that, we're going to basically aggregate all the available deals that are out there online now. You tell us what you're interested in, and then we just deliver you one daily email with, here's a summary of what, the deals around you that you can get. So you don't have to get 8 different emails from daily deal sites or have to go look for coupons. We'll try to deliver the ones that you're interested in. So here's a quick screenshot of our MVP coming out in a few weeks. Just a little bit about the team. We've got a really solid team. It's myself, and then my two business partners, Eric Kerr and Ben Gilbert. We've had work experience at Microsoft, CodeTweet, Cisco, and Cloudera. I have a ton of connections in the Valley, so it's gaining a lot of momentum, and especially the space with linking credit card and financial information into web services and everyday life is becoming a really hot space. We've seen 2 acquisitions in the past week. Our top competitors recently raised over $32 million from the top angel and VC firms in the Valley. And Fred Wilson even wrote a blog article this week featuring BillGuard and summing it up, saying that he thinks there's a ton of potential in this space. So quick summary, we just build a complete profile of each consumer based on where they've shopped in the past. We then connect that consumer to merchant deals. And then we've been called coupons for people who hate coupons, since there's nothing to integrate at point of sale, nothing to print. It's automatically applied to your credit card statement. And thanks.